We're ready.
I'd like to call the North Canton Property Management Review Board meeting to order, September 13th. It's 7 p.m. Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Member Coy?
Here.
Member Pierpont?
Here.
Member Davis?
Here.
Member Vandergrift?
Here.
Member Sarbaugh?
Here.
5 present.
Thank you, sir. We have minutes of the July 12th meeting to approve, July 12th, 2023. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Coy moved, Mr. Davis second, I believe. Is that correct?
There we go, second, yeah.
Thank you.
You can just say all in favor.
Is any comments or discussion on the minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, minutes are approved. The only item we have tonight is item 4A, so could you, clerk, could you read the issue?
It'll be appeal number PMRB 23-11, 1604 Ambler Avenue Southwest. Appeal of notice of administrative warning filed by Michelle Fraser.
Thank you. Should the city go first, or should Ms.
The applicant gets to go first.
Okay.
So, Michelle.
Michelle, would you like to present your case, please?
Sure. So I was given a warning multiple times. There's a tree in the front yard.
Pardon me, Michelle. I neglected to ask you to be sworn in by the stenographer.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That's fine.
Thank you.
The violation, the warning of violation is there's a tree in the front yard that has been determined to be dangerous and needs to be removed. I had multiple visits about this. I've had the power company come by periodically and trim it. This was the most recent notice in May. The power company doesn't think it needs to come down. They think it needs to be trimmed, but that will be a moot point. So there was always question of, is the tree actually in my yard? So I had a survey done, a formal survey that cost $1,500. And I can pass down that evidence. Where should I go? Which end? Over to you?
Me,
Okay.
please, yep.
This just shows that it was an actual survey with an actual company, and it did cost $1,500.
Let the record reflect that her invoice will be Exhibit A.
These are the results of the survey. This is my house here, as the boundaries are noted.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
These are the boundaries right here. My house is in the middle. The tree in question is at the far corner, facing the street.
Let the record reflect Exhibit B is the plat survey map.
Actually, I get these back, right? Do I get this
We
back?
will need them because they are public records now that you're entering them into evidence.
Okay.
We can
You
make
can
copies
you
and
can
return
have-
them to you at a
The
later
only
date.
one that I would, actually, you can keep all but this one, and that's just a smaller version. That's the original. I guess that's
You can
okay.
pass it
You
down.
can actually keep this. Same copy of the survey with just the grid lines. They've noted the tree there. That's not my writing. It's outside of my boundary. It's actually encroaching just a little bit on my property. Clearly originated to the north of me. And
Let the record reflect that Exhibit C is the certified survey map.
these are pictures that I took and had printed. You can keep these. The first one is to show you perspective. All of them are taken from the street. This wide view just shows you that my house is to the right, the neighbor to the north is on the left, and you can clearly see where the pins from the survey are marked. 4-foot high stakes just above the metal pin with a pink ribbon. The last photograph is the only one that's not taken from the street. It's taken from my yard, just to show you perspective from my yard.
The photos will collectively be known as Exhibit D.
I think there's no question that the tree belongs to the neighbor to the north of me and is his responsibility. And there's a whole lot more I could say about all of that, but that's what's necessary and factual.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You like to say? You like?
I'd like to review the exhibits
Okay,
that were
thank you.
admitted prior to
Sure.
presenting.
That's Wayne Boyer, the city's attorney.
There are photographs. And I would also offer up that anybody can drive by my house and take a look at it personally if they like. They're still up.
May I ask when that was performed, when that survey was performed?
It was very recent. It's on the invoice, whenever I paid it,
Okay.
9/11?
Yes, yeah, September 11th is the date
All right, thank you.
of the survey.
Thank you.
Do they provide a written report of any kind to you, other than the plats?
Just the maps and the placement of the states, of the boundary states, yeah.
This evidence here, it's fine. Okay.
I didn't really mean to give you the original big one. Can I get a copy of the original big one?
So-
Would that be okay? Just the
Anything
one
you'd
that's
like
photo-
back, we just have to preserve it for state law. Anything you'd like back, we can
Make a copy for me.
we'll make copies for us,
Oh.
and then you can either come pick them up at City Hall or mail them back
I'm
to
just
you.
worried
Or
about the one thing, because it's the original.
You said the big one, ma'am, you're referring to this one?
No, you can keep
Okay.
that one, actually. I just mean the big one of, did I give it to you? Oh, maybe I didn't give it to you. No, it was the big one of this.
I don't
Maybe
think
I
you
changed
gave
it.
me the
Cut
big
that one. Okay,
satellite.
maybe I changed my mind again.
I think you cut that one.
If so, never mind, you can keep all of that you have. Yes, actually, you can keep all of that you have.
Okay.
No worries.
Alrighty, well, thanks everybody for coming this evening. The original
Can you
Notice
start
of
by
admin-
identifying yourself for the record?
I sure can, sir, thank you. My name is Wayne Boyer, I'm the law director for the city of North Canton, here on behalf of the city of North Canton. Originally, Officer Ickes had issued the notices of administrative warning to both Ms. Frazier and the owner to the north based on the GIS map that was available on the Stark County Auditor's website, as well as all the information that we had. Obviously, these property stakes weren't there. To identify the exact boundaries of the property, it appears from the visuals on the Stark County Auditor's website, which I have, and I'll add to the record just for the purposes of doing so, although I had them marked as Exhibit A, so I guess my exhibits would be Exhibit 1. Here's 1. I'll let the two of you share if I could. Yes. Sure. There you go. So, based on that evidence, that was what originally caused the notices of administrative warning to be issued to both property owners, because you can see from that visual line that it appears as though the tree is exactly on the corner of the two properties. However, based on the survey that Mrs. Frazier had performed on Monday, the city's position has changed because she has proven, based on the property stakes and everything, that the tree is not located on her property. Therefore, the city will withdraw the notice of administrative warning against Ms. Frazier and have nothing further in relation to that as it pertains to Mrs. Frazier in this case.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Okay, they can have it. You can just keep all of this. So no further warnings, nothing else I need to do in pertaining to the tree? Only the tree.
The board will get to make a decision here in a moment.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm sorry. I thought that you were just presenting your, sorry, I don't know how this works.
I suppose they could deny my withdrawal. That's up to them.
No one else has been contested the notices that have been served. The neighbor has not contested anything that's been served to him. Is that
Correct.
correct?
At present, what happened was that we put both notices, in essence, on hold pending the resolution of this appeal. So
Okay.
now, at this point, we will, presumably, from the city's perspective, notify the neighbor and indicate that a survey has been performed. It's been determined that the tree is on your property, and therefore the complaint against Ms. Frazier, or the notice against Ms. Frazier, has been withdrawn, and it's solely that neighbor's responsibility.
Just as a point of question, is there any way she can recoup her survey money? I wouldn't think it would be, but since you're the attorney of record,
Can I make a statement about the neighbor?
just a minute.
Yeah, so ultimately, no, that would be the responsibility of the property owner to provide a survey in relation to that. Again, we're
Okay.
relying on documents of record, which the survey was not of record. So at that point, Ms. Frazier had to go through that, unfortunately,
That was my
determine the
thought. I
problem.
just wanted to get that on the record. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to say something else, please?
Just in relation to the neighbor, he is a difficult neighbor. That's why there was no trying to intermediate with him. He came and bothered the survey people and said, that tree's on her property, and so just FYI.
Okay.
So I keep the peace with the neighbors. But I was not going to remove a tree of that size without knowing that it was actually my responsibility. So that's why we went through this. But
Well, thank you.
So I would have to take personal risk, and it's not worth it.
Thank you for taking the time to be in here tonight and for all your documentation that you provided. It's very helpful. Since the city has withdrawn their action for you, there's nothing more for us to do. Is that?
You would still take a vote on the appeal that came before you, so you can open the floor to any motion.
All right. Any of the board members have any comments? Kim?
No, no comments. But I move to grant the appeal.
Yeah, I second that.
Holly?
No comments.
Brett? So with that being said,
We need to roll call vote for their motion.
And move to grant the appeal.
to grant the appeal, I'll entertain a motion. A motion is made to grant the appeal. Is there a second for that motion?
I second.
All right, thank you, sir. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Well, I need to do a roll
Oh,
call
you do a
vote.
roll call
So,
vote? Okay.
Liam, roll call vote.
Member Coy?
Aye.
Member Pierpont?
Aye.
Member Davis?
Aye.
Member Vandergriff?
Aye.
Member Sarbaugh?
Aye.
Yeah, I
Same
have it.
motion carries.
The motion has carried. That being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second that motion.
Motion.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? We're adjourned.